All right, game 3 between compLexity and Animal Planet. compLexity taking game 1, Animal Planet taking game 2, and now a mixture of the two drafts here for compLexity as they pick up the Rubik and the Shadow Fiend. Then for Animal Planet, they go back to what works. And they pick up the Tusk and the Ancient Apparition. Fortunately for them, the Phantom Lancer is banned out for right now. So we'll see if they want to pick up with these two heroes. Then you take a look, Shadow Fiend and Rubik. It's a little bit of lockdown here for compLexity, as is the case for Animal Planet. Top of the fact that they do want that early damage output with the Chilling Touch. So Clockwork banned out here in the second phase. Don't want to give that up to the Shadow Fiend, especially second phase making it that deep. I'm surprised they didn't take it. Picks 1 and 2. But they banned the TA, they banned the Bat Rider. Clockwork banned out by Animal Planet, as well as the Brewmaster. So we'll see what they go for, as it looks as though it's going to be Limp back on that Shadow Fiend for a third straight game. And then we'll see how it goes for Animal Planet, as they've got both their supports already picked up. They do still need a 4 position here for compLexity. Night Stalker still available. And they go to the Disruptor, so Disruptor Rubik. Again, going back to something that worked, and Disruptor Kinetic Field, as well as the Telekinesis to lock in these heroes. And then they've got the Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend usually works decently well here with the Disruptor. Omni Knight picked up for Animal Planet. Offlane Omni here for Moon Meander. Got that Tusk again, as well as that Ancient Apparition. Should be AUI back on the Tusk, as well as probably Kitrak on the Ancient Apparition. And let's see. Next pick coming out for compLexity. They still need their safe laner, still need their off laner. We'll see what they want to do for Moo this time around. Moo got bullied in the second game. Chessie got bullied in the first game. They haven't really been able to keep a hold on one of their lanes throughout this series. The first game, again, it was Chessie on that Drow. The second game, it was Moo on that DK. We'll see what they want to go for next, especially working with this Shadow Fiend. They might want a little bit more lockdown, which they can get from a safe laner, possibly a Sven or a CK, but we haven't really seen that much in any of these games played just yet. If anything, they favor the Juggernaut here with this team. Possibly. Okay, they go back to the Drow. Okay. So Drow picked up. Everybody ranged right now for the side of compLexity. They go back to the Drow that struggled in that first game.
10 seconds.
That was Chessie, who was in the carry role as well as going into the off lane. He farmed in the off lane. We'll see if they do a little bit of the same this time around.
Here's the Radiant Band.
So, Sniper picked up. Sniper, Omni Knight, Ancient Apparition, as well as the Tusk. So keeping range while being able to fight forward with the Omni Knight. We'll see if they take somebody tanky to go over in this last pick. Getting rid of that safe lane Brew. And let's see as the last band comes out from Animal Planet once again.
10 seconds. 5 seconds remaining.
So you've got the Sniper, you've got the Omni Knight to work with, as well as the Ancient Apparition and the Tusk. They could go into the Jug, maybe want something a little bit more tanky for themselves to hold the front lines. Could throw Sniper in the safe lane, go Tinker, but then I wouldn't exactly understand the point of picking up the Omni Knight if you're not going to get in there and trade. So Animal Planet thinking about their last pick as well as their last band to finish off this draft. We'll see what they do with this lineup that they've got up against this range lineup of complexity, Drow Ranger, Disruptor, Shadow Fiend, as well as the Rubik. At least in the regions I mainly cover, you don't exactly see these kind of lineups picked up at all. It's completely different, at least in CIS, as well as the Chinese region, which I do love quite a bit. Just waiting for this last pick. What they can do is obviously lead with the Assassination, going to the Ice Blast. Tusk can do a little bit of the same close distance with the Snowball, Ice Shards, Ice Blast to work with, as well as getting up in their face. Tusk is the guy. They could go Lifestealer. I mean, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Throw Sniper mid Lifestealer over in the safe lane. They take out the Enchantress, which would have been the great finisher pick here for complexity. They go to the CK. Alright, so I was talking about CK earlier. Didn't think it would get picked up, but they do. They go for the CK, and that's classic CK with the Ancient Apparition. Reality Rift with the Ice Blast coming through. It's quick damage, quick kills. We'll see if it works for the side of Animal Planet, with Ritsu most likely being on that safe lane Chaos Knight. So now complexity, they're only dealing with Rubik with his telekinesis. They kind of need another stun to come out here in the off lane. No Clockwork available, no Brew, no Enchantress, no Puck. A lot of offlaners taken out here. No Bat Rider. Brood is an offlaner at times. A lot of things taken out of the pool. That complexity now have to kind of get the swim pickings on an offlaner. But, I mean, they could really go for a position 3 safe laner because of the way they play Chessie. Like, they picked DK to go in the offlane last time for Moo. Chessie's been farming in the offlane at least. In the last 2 games. Did it with the Weaver, did it with the Drow. I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen again. And we'll see what they want to do in this last pick. Just 9 seconds remaining, going up against CK, Sniper, Omni Knight, Ancient Apparition, and Tusk. And they go to the Abaddon. All right. Could have possibly gone to maybe that Dusa, but they don't go for the Dusa to finish off the draft. They go for Moo on the Abaddon, Chessie, Drow Ranger, Kyle on the Disruptor, Limp back on that Shadow Fiend, Z-Freak here with the Rubik once again. Maybe this time around he won't go first item, Meteor Hammer on his support, but let's take a look as CK is going to be played by Ritsu Bryle here with the Sniper, Moomiander, Omni Knight, Kitrak on the Ancient Apparition, and that leaves AY on the Tusk.
10 seconds. 5 seconds remaining.
So ready for this game 3. Complexity took game 1. Animal Planet took game 2. We're on to this game 3, the last game of the night here for the NA region. GESC Jakarta is will be underway in just a moment. Let's kind of figure out what we're doing in terms of lane matchups. You've got Bryle up against the Limp, which could be a problem for the Shadow Fiend early, especially with the Tusk coming over. Ancient Apparition with a Chilling Touch. High damage output. Maybe you get a Shrapnel on top of this Shadow Fiend. Not too sure it looks like that great of a lane here for the SF.
Prepare for battle.
So I'll have to see how this goes in game 3. And they are going to send Mu into the off lane this time around. But Chessie following him, so maybe one of these two. I mean, Chessie might stay in the off lane. I wouldn't be surprised to see it again. Nicely done, eating a tango early. Here we go. I don't know how much I feel about this Abaddon pick as well into the Ancient Apparition, especially with the CK Ancient Apparition combination. I wouldn't feel really too confident about that ultimate.
30 seconds to battle.
This definitely looks like a favorable game in terms of the draft for the side of Animal Planet, especially if Bryle has himself a nice start. And he definitely has the opportunity to do so. Like I said, it just seems as though over mid against the SF, you'll have the Chilling Touch maybe coming from the Ancient Apparition, as well as the Tusk to stop him with the Ice Shards. You get the Shrapnel laid down, as well as the Chilling Touch damage. Could find some very early kills here for the side of Animal Planet.
I'll take that.
So, blocks are on here. And, okay. Meander just blocking. For now, you take a look over. Bryle's going to be in that mid lane. AUI blocking in his lane. He'll have the Ice Shards to stop these creeps up. Let Meander get back to his lane. Over top will be Ritsu. So Ritsu up against Chessie, as they have sent Chessie into the off lane. And now got that Abaddon over in the safe lane to farm up against Meander, which is a better matchup for him other than this CK, who could probably rip him to shreds. So for right now, just the Tusk is here over to help Bryle, as they've got Kitrak on the top lane to help out Ritsu. And meanwhile, Zefreak gets himself a courier kill. No salve coming out for Bryle, and that's a pretty good advantage in the lane. But early Limp taking a lot of damage here with the Shrapnel forced to move back. Bryle taking full advantage of this lane with AUI, and we'll see just how long it does take for them to send the Ancient Apparition over. Meanwhile, Mu in the off lane up against Ritsu. They have themselves the Reality Rift, only -1 armor reduction for the time being. But, alright, Zefreak gets first blood over bottom. They threw Chessie over here, swap the lanes, and Zefreak gets the kill. Snowball comes in over mid onto Limp, as well as the Ice Shards. They've got the Shrapnel laid on top. The Raze is doing nothing to Bryle that he really cares about. They'll get the kill on Limp. Meanwhile, over top, you take a look at Mu. He's trying to run away from both Kitrak and Ritsu. Body blocks are on, as well as the Cold Feet. No Reality Rift to pull him back just yet. And they won't be able to get the kill on Mu. He'll be able to salve up. So they move Chessie here, and Chessie should be alright in this lane, especially with Zefreak around. They've also got this Telekinesis coming out once again on a Meander. They lift him up, throw him down closer to Chessie, just continuing to harass him out and continue to open up this lane for Chessie on this drought. You take a look over top again. Mu right now, level 3111. And Ritsu, only level 2, but he's got the Reality Rift and just has himself the Chaos Strike for now. Maybe if he's got the Chaos Bolt, they could go in and get themselves a kill. We take a look over back on the bottom lane. Meander hit with the Thunder Strike and slowed down by these Frost Arrows, continuing to just push him back. You're going to send AUI up here to try and get maybe a Snowball into the Ice Shards. That should be enough to finish off moves, especially without the mana to go after this Aphotic Shield. You look over, Limp, Zefreak comes over. The Razes do hit onto Bryle. Bryle in a lot of trouble as the 2 Razes hit. Limp with the 3rd. Down goes that Sniper, and when the supports leave, the Shadow Fiend comes out to play, and they'll get that kill. All 3 Razes hitting, and they show how easy it is to take out a Sniper that's all by himself. So right away, an early 1,000 net worth lead here for the side of compLexity. Just 3 minutes into this game, Chessie farming quite well. You've also got the SF who's got a kill to his name. Also died over mid, but he slowed down Bryle's farm and will be quite happy. Meanwhile, the support's coming over, back over mid as Z-Freak makes his way over. And they've also got Kyle just continuing to pull the wave and get it back into Chessie's favor. Over top, Moo. Chasing down Kitrak. Not going to go in under this tier 1 tower as it is just him. And not wanting to go up against that CK who's now level 3, went 1-1-1 under the tower. Could put himself in a lot of danger. So with this farm opening up on Chessie, I see an early advantage here. Do they have Glimpse? No, they just have Kinetic Field for right now, 201. Meander continuing to get hit and harassed out, but the Purification is just going to heal him up really into a safe spot. Also got Kyle here, but with no Glimpse, he's really in no danger to going down. And Chessie just continuing to push him out of lane. Gets himself to level 4. We take a look over mid. Owie goes in with this snowball, but nothing to follow it up. Spryle and AUI are here, but now the telekinesis comes out. The shrapnel on top. Look at that damage just come through. The raise is hit as well as Kyle with the Thunder Strike. They'll get the kill. They just clean up AUI, and it's now 3-1 in their favor. Take a look back over bottom. Really need to stop Chessie, and they finally send AUI down here to lock in this drought. The snowball comes out. Meander getting hit by the frost arrows as well as the Purification on top. Gust to push them away. That's enough to TP out. Meanwhile, over top, the Cold Feet comes through. There's the Aphotic Shield pop. One more shot will do it. Down goes Moo, and Kitrak gets the kill on this Ancient Apparition. That's the power of Chilling Touch as well as the Cold Feet. But again, over mid now, they've got the Kinetic Field onto Brile. The Razes are hitting. One more Thunderstrike will get the kill. The Raze actually hits. Limp gets the kill. Now under this Shrapnel as well as the Purification hitting from Meander. The Body Blocks coming in from Kyle to save the life of his Shadow Fiend. And Z-Freak also able to walk away for the moment. Does have Fade Bolt as well as Telekinesis in too, but I don't think he's going to outlive Meander and AUI. And he'll be killed off as well. Now 4-3. In favor of compLexity. So this is a little bit reminiscent of game 1 between Optic and VCJ Storm, just non-stop action, where it just continued to go and go and go, and eventually Optic just wiped out the resources of VCJ Storm. There was nothing really they had left to retaliate on to the side of Optic, and this is just, you know, it's even right now and it's constant fighting, but with an early game lineup that compLexity possesses, I think this does kind of put them in the advantageous spot. The later this game goes, the more faith I do have in Animal Planet to shut down this game. Got Brile right now, who's going to continue to farm. They move in with the Snowball as well as the Shrapnel coming through. They've got Kitrak here, and there is the Chilling Touch, something I talked about in the draft. And they will be able to get that kill easily on a Limp. And now Brile, sitting level 6, has the Assassination to work with. And Sniper is starting to kind of go off right now. They're going to have to rely on Chessie. So for right now, it is top of the net worth on to Chessie. They've got the Gust coming through. They'll silence up Meander. But with the Repel, damage is not enough from Chessie, and he is able to just walk out. You take a look over mid, TPing back in will be Limp. They've got Z-Freak here to maybe try and lift Brile and get the kill again. And Disruptor is here coming over mid to maybe get a Thunderstrike to come through. AUI on the high ground looking over and does spot Limp. So they move over towards Z-Freak with the Snowball. Shrapnel again. There's the Telekinesis. Try and push him back. They've got the Chilling Touch. One shot in from AUI, and it's going to be a kill for Animal Planet. And Animal Planet looking really good with the early damage that they have. It's an early game lineup coming out from the side of compLexity, but early, at least right now, Animal Planet look very good. All the while, Ritsu just free farming. Very different in the last game when he only had 1,500 net worth. About 9 minutes in. He's going to be going for that armlet to come in next. There's the Reality Rift. The big shot. Chaos Bolt only 1 second. Could only be 1 and 2 on that level 1 and still continuing to chase as Reality Rift again, and this is level 4, -7 on that armor. Moo, of course, has that ulti coming up in just a moment. Will probably pop if he goes in again, but not looking like he's going to go in. Meanwhile, over bottom, they look to go on in on AY as well as Kitrak. Chessie here will get at least one. Kyle gets credit for that one. They look over at Kitrak, and down he'll go. Chessie gets the other. 2 kills for compLexity on a rotation over bottom to help out Chessie, keep him alive now at 1-0-2. Over mid as well. They've got the telekinesis. Throwback Brile. The raise is hitting on Brile. That's 2. Look for 3, but the purification as well as the repel. Limp in a lot of trouble. Slowed up, and Cold Feet comes through. He's got that wand for now, just trying to heal up. The assassination is out there. And they'll assassinate SF. Even at 6.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Start to converge over bottom for the side of Animal Planet. And they do have a disadvantage of about 1,000 net worth, but you're still letting Ritsu just continue to free farm over top. He'll now try to take this tier 1 tower. You've also got Brile, who's doing pretty decently at 2nd in the net worth, picks up those treads. And Omni Knight, level 6, it looks good for him with 3 in the purification, 1 in the repel, and 2 in the degen aura. As these fights so far have been a little bit even. But if you take a look at where Animal Planet are heading, it does look favorable for them. So finally a rotation. Moo coming back to lane. Try to farm as much as he can as that headdress coming in soon, but decently far away in terms of gold. And Ritsu getting closer and closer to that armor. We take a look over bottom. Moo meanders kind of open up that lane. Snowball comes out over on the Chessie, but not doing enough. Not really deterring anything as it's just him. And Omni Knight back towards the lane. Rotation comes out for right now from Limp as well as Kyle. The Illusions just standing there. Kitrak over by the tier 1. And trying to find themselves this CK, but they won't find him as CK is all the way back over bottom. Still continuing to find that free farm, avoiding the side of compLexity. The only one there is Kitrak. So compLexity start to wail on this tier 1 tower. There's the Ice Blast thrown over towards mid. Comes all the way through, and lift up creeps doesn't do anything. Take a look over at what Brile's farming up. He's going for the Maelstrom next. He's protected by Moo Meander as well as AUI. So no real fear of going down at the moment. Tier 1 tower for the side of Animal Planet goes down, but so does the bottom tier 1 tower on Ritsu. Here come the rotations. Moo Meander going to lead the charge. As well as Tusk coming through. They look over, maybe get a kill on Moo. They finally spot him out. They've also got Kitrak here, and Ice Blast on 5 seconds cooldown. Just want to keep him low. Land this Ice Blast, and there it is. They also freeze him over. Should be an easy kill if he doesn't shatter. There it is. And Kitrak gets the kill on Moo. So they kind of corral around this Abaddon and get themselves another kill. And now they finally find themselves an early lead. So 7-6. Purification stolen by Z-Freak. We'll see how much he's able to do with that. In the first game when he did play that Rubik last, he was able to steal these stuns and really control the side of Animal Planet. But in this game, Animal Planet kind of lacked these stuns. The only really amazing one would be to steal Chaos Bolt, but I feel as though if you're close enough to get hit by a Chaos Bolt, you're probably close enough to get killed off in just a moment. Moo just getting hit away at by Brile. There's the Assassinate thrown his way. Just pops the Aphotic Shield, and smoked up is the side of compLexity going around trying to find something on Animal Planet on their side of the river. They do place down a ward over here, and they go to the high ground near this secret shop area, but nobody nearby for the side of Animal Planet as you've got 4 heroes here over mid, and then just AUI over top, and they might be looking to smoke eventually. Let's take a look. And they do have a smoke to work with. So let's see. Drums here on Shadow Fiend. The build so far from Limp has been drums in the BKB, then the SNY. We'll see if he goes straight to that BKB this time around. Take a look over at Chessie, who's picked up that Mask of Madness, going for the Hurricane Pike. Force Staff first. And then we'll take a look at the Abaddon, who's going for that. Has that headdress already finished off with boots and the Soul Ring. Drums here for Omni Knight. Brile here, looking for the Maelstrom, just about done. 550 gold away. They're going to smoke this time, 3 heroes. Let's take a look at Ritsu. He's got level 2 in the Chaos Bolt, 4 in the Reality Rift, as well as 3 in that Chaos Strike, 1 in the Phantasm, but that is on cooldown. They head over bottom to try and get a kill on the Disruptor. They'll take just 1. They'll take what they can get, especially with how quickly they should be able to kill him with the CK. They come all the way around. There's the Snowball Reality Rift dead. This punch comes in from AUI. They'll kill off Kyle again. Now 8-6 in favor of Animal Planet.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
So they want to push mid for just a moment, but the Assassinate deters them. Take a look at where the Sniper is. Maelstrom up in 200 gold. CK here for the Echo Saber next. He's already got that armlet to work with and is level 11. So with the level 4 in Reality Rift, he does hit hard on this team. And you line that up with an Ice Blast, it's really easy to clean up a couple of these heroes, and they're still trying to defend over mid. Assassinate comes out again on the Chessie. They look on over as the Thunder Strike slammed on a Brile, but inside of complexity, I don't really know how much they have to work with, and they finally get Assassinate from the Sniper onto the Rubik. So Z-Freak does head back. Ice Blast hits on 3, as well as the Snowball coming in from AUI. That's going to be on 3 heroes, as well as the Static Storm plays down from Complexity. But I don't know if that's enough. The Guardian Angel is going to be used. They'll lose 3. They'll lose Chessie, Kyle, Limp, and now they look for more and move. The rest of the team moving forward. There is the Chaos Bolt, as well as the Reality Rift. They'll take out a 4th. The only one surviving is Z-Freak, just because he backed himself up to use that Assassinate. So everybody dies. Great positioning there from AUI. And it's now 12-6 in favor of Animal Planet.
Haste. Got it.
Purification stolen. Maelstrom finished off. Here is almost the Echo Saber, but uh-oh, in a lot of trouble right now is Chessie. The Purification comes out, but there's the Ice Blast, and Ritsu gets the kill. This is starting to look like a steamroll here, as the early game didn't work out enough for the side of Complexity. Now Animal Planet taking full advantage of this with what they've got, their strengths in Brile as well as Ritsu. Now they look over to continue to push over mid, and we'll take this tier 1 tower. Oh, Static Storm plays down. I don't know. Oh, it sounded like Static Storm was Kinetic Field. Excuse me. Static Storm on cooldown.
That should help. Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
So Helm of the Dominator finished here for the Abaddon. Now going to that Medallion. See if that's even enough here for Mu to make a difference in this game. His net worth right now is behind the Omni Knight. Meander doing quite a good job going for the back into the Guardian Greaves next. Has the drums as well as those Arcane Boots. So the sustain is here for the side of Animal Planet. They're up 2,000 net worth. Getting the Dragon Lance here onto the Sniper. And then the Echo Saber finish. Now a Shadow Blade coming out for CK. It's a 13-6 lead. And over top. Track gonna get chased, but AUI is here. He actually doesn't have any mana to really help. Got 3 charges in that stick, and coming around the back will be Meander with the Purification. Here come the heavy rotations of both the Sniper as well as the CK. Mu in a lot of trouble between a rock and a hard place. There is the Ice Blast, and he's in a lot of trouble. That ulti finally comes out, but it's not going to save him for the time being, and he will be struck down by Ritsu. Another kill here for Animal Planet. and 14-6 in their favor. So Tusk going for the blink. AUI, we've seen him work with that blink before. They smoke right out, throw the shards into the Roshan pit. Now looking to come over mid. Z-Freak a little bit far forward, and there it is. There's the Reality Rift as well as the kill. Bryle gets it, 15-6. This might just be it for compLexity. Doesn't look as though they're able to stop the side of Animal Planet. Another kill goes their way. Reality Rift into the slam jam of Ritsu with that CK, and it is 16-6. And why not take Roshan at this point? So 4 staff here. Chessie trying to go for that Hurricane Pike. BKB is the second item after those drums again for Limp. Take a look. Animal Planet going to Roshan, and they will take this Aegis with ease.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There it is, 16-6, 5,000. It looks good for Animal Planet. They've kind of helped on past the early game advantage of compLexity, and they're now starting to show their own advantage. The Blink Dagger coming out next on the Chaos Knight. And take a look at this OD. It's just level 13, sitting behind the Abaddon in terms of net worth, but really, as long as he finishes off those Guardian Greaves, he'll be okay. The Medallion finished off for Abaddon. I'll be thrown out onto Moon. You take a look at Drow. Just continuing to farm up. You take a look at where Chessie is. Top of the net worth on the Radiant, which is kind of a scary thought when you realize how little Chessie does at this moment. The Walrus Punch comes out onto Moo. They continue to chase. They've got the Sigil here. Finally taken out here by Moo, but it's enough time to get Ritsu into this fight. 4-second Chaos Bolt, and that's going to force out the ult. Meander comes over the Purification shot out from onto Ritsu. And, a little bit of jukes, a little bit of jukes, a little bit of jukes. Ice Shards come out, and that blocks the path of Moo. Nicely done by AUI. 2-second Chaos Bolt. There's the Walrus Punch, and the last strike down from Ritsu will finish off that Blink Dagger. Hit track goes down to Z-Freak. Let's take a look over. There's Ritsu going in onto Chessie. The blink on forward. There's the glimpse back. Kyle saves the life of Chessie and Kyle. And himself, not third person. Not exactly sure why I would say that. They do get the Disruptor out as well as the Drow. So Animal Planet moving around this map quite freely at the moment. Take a look over at the Sniper. Hurricane Pike is on its way next. So Imp does get that BKB. We'll see if that's enough to really turn this game around. I don't know if it will be. Just does seem like Animal Planet do so much at the moment, and they are able to overwhelm compLexity, especially with what CK's got right now in the Echo Saber, Armored Blink, going into that Heart next. Omni Knight able to sustain his team, and really we haven't even seen a GA come out yet. We haven't really needed it. Hasn't been that kind of fighting. Sword Crest next for Abaddon. AUI standing here just by himself. Ice Shards clean up these creeps. Chessie is over towards top. They might want to go for this kill onto the Tusk, but coming around the back for right now will be the side of Animal Planet. Got a 5-0-4 CK looking to threaten onto the side of compLexity, who might be even coming onto the high ground over on their end. Oh, Courier. Ooh, just getting saved. And still alive.
They're trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
So, Limp in a lot of trouble, uses that BKB. The Requiem comes out, does a little bit of damage. They might be able to kill off this Ancient Apparition. And we'll kill off one. They look for more. Down goes the Omni Knight as well. Ryle going to be the first one, or the third one to fall on the side of Animal Planet. He's got that Aegis to work with. BKB seemingly doing it here for the side of compLexity. They'll take a third. And a perfectly timed fight here for the side of compLexity to pull back this game and show that the BKB does have a lot of power here for this SF. Realizing how that last exchange went, Ritsu's going to go to the BKB. He'll try to keep himself alive in these team fights, be a little bit more confident going up against the side of compLexity. And then we see Sniper switch from the Scotty, go to that Shadow Blade. Meanwhile, over top, compLexity going to push this tier 2, should be able to take it down. Nobody coming over to really try and deter this. The only one nearby is AUI, but no chance of really stopping that. Now, Chessie's got that Hurricane Pike, and his farm is looking quite decent against the side of Animal Planet. And the game has gone all the way back to even. So, Blink Dagger now picked up here for the SF. Ranger going for the Manta style, has that Hurricane Pike, and Abaddon now into that Radiance. And is that Solar Crest coming over, or is he going to buy that Solar Crest, or just going, yeah, he's going to go straight Radiance. Gives up on the Solar Crest, goes straight Radiance, which with a fight like that, you kind of feel yourself back in it. With the Radiance, you might feel a little bit more confident in going in. Coming around the back. Again is Animal Planet. Bryle here with Mumianer. Ritsu, all 3 cores for the side of Animal Planet. Don't have their supports at the moment, and the side of compLexity is quite split. With Z-Freak pushing over bottom, Drow over mid here with the SF. And over top, Moo just continuing to farm away, looking for that Sacred Relic to push in on that Radiance. Ice Blast on a Kyle. Ritsu takes the kill first. He's getting very close to that BKB. There's the Reality Rift pull in. Chessie back to the high ground thanks to that Hurricane Pike, but that backs him off enough to maybe go for this tier 2. They've got the Shrapnel laid down, so nobody can really come in from the side of compLexity, but they don't really commit to this. Just Bryle is going to take this tier 2, and that should be enough space between him and the side of compLexity to get this tower. Denied. Nicely done by Chessie.
Their own middle tower.
So no Roshan for some time. Sniper going for the BKB of his own. You take a look at the CK. He's almost got enough money for that BKB, and they'll push over bottom to continue to farm up. Limp nearby, so this could be an opportunity to get a kill. Got just the CK here with the Omni Knight, so if you get the Ice Blast to hit, as well as the Repel and Reality Rift come out from Ritsu, could see a kill come out on Limp, but once they back off, they do end up having Limp retreat. Trying to find their farmies compLexity. They have moved Limp around quite well. He's got that Blink Dagger as well as the BKB. Let's take a look at where Chessie's at, going for that Manta style, finishing off that Yasha. His farm is picked up. He's top of the net worth for his side. But top of the net worth overall right now is Ritsu, and he's going back to that heart. He's picked up that BKB in full, and he's got a 10-second BKB for the next fight they're involved in. It was probably the difference maker there in what was that last fight between them and compLexity, but we'll have to see if this really does make all the difference, and if compLexity is still able to take a fight with the BKB here on the CK, as well as I thought Sniper was going for it, but not going to choose to do so. Ends up going for the Mjolnir in full. $400 gold away from this Sacred Relic is Moo. Got Z-Freak over mid. The heroes of the side of Animal Planet coming over. And Z-Freak stealing that Reality Rift. Level 4, that's -7 armor. Whether he lives or not is really not a big deal once they get that -7 armor out there. I kind of like that pickup here from the Rubik, especially to work on taking a team fight over the side of Animal Planet again. Mjolnir finished here in full. Back to Scotty is Bryle. Both teams being a little bit hesitant, knowing this is game 3, and showing how much one team fight could do. Roshan now back up, and they will spot it on the side of Animal Planet. I don't know if compLexity know about this, but they do have a ward here that is about to expire, and with that, Animal Planet go right into the Roshan. Nobody coming over just yet for the side of compLexity. They've got Abaddon making his way over, but there's the Ice Shards, and you know something's up, and they will be able to take this Aegis and cheese. All that's happening, Limp just trying to continue to push over bottom tier 2. You now got the Aegis and cheese here for Animal Planet, working on these big spike items where they're going to pick up Scotty coming in soon. They've got the 10-second BKB yet to be used on this CK. They'll have a Shadow Blade soon enough, and it really seems like they're pretty far ahead, despite it only being a 2,000 net worth advantage. Take a look over top. Moo might be in a little bit of trouble, but Moomeander is also here. Continue to work in on Moo, but they're just deterring him further and further back. They've got Bryle coming over. That might be enough damage to make sure that Moo does go down, and the chase is on now with Moomeander, Kitrak, as well as AUI. The Shrapnel Blade on top of Moo, the ulti used, down he goes. So they're able to chase down this Abaddon. And they're making it look very easy, and they're not even using their C-Kit. The push is over top right now to try and take this tier 1. There should be no retort from the side of compLexity, now down about 4,000 net worth. Now working on that Shiva's. Chessie a BKB of his own, as he does have that Manta style finished off. Or he should have. I guess he doesn't have that Manta style finished off. If I'm completely wrong, he's going to switch for the BKB. Has he really not farmed that up yet? You know, 1k MMR, what can I say? So Hood picked up onto this Tusk, going for the pipe next. You've got Sniper still leading with that Scotty. They've also still got the Aegis and cheese to work with. Aegis here on the CK. They can be aggressive towards the side of compLexity and really slam jam through this next team fight and possibly look to finish the game. They've got tier 3s available over in the mid lane and bottom lane with no tier 2 standing except for top. They could just find 1 or 2 heroes out here, push a little bit more. compLexity could find themselves on their heels on the top end of their stairs, looking back at their well, possibly losing this game. Ritsu just continue to push on forward for the time being. So is Kyle pushing up over top, but he'll TP back as the rest of Animal Planet are starting to converge on over bottom. Ritsu continuing to lead the way, still ready to use that 10-second BKB, especially with the Aegis here. Back to about full health thanks to the purification of Moomeander, and now the siege is on the blink on forward, as well as this Chaos Bolt coming through. The Static Storm on top of Ritsu uses that BKB, as well as the Phantasm. Radiance is going to be finished here for Abaddon. We'll see if that's even enough. The BKB not really doing a lot for Ritsu just yet, and he's getting actually quite low. Guardian Eater is going to be used as direct limb on the backlines onto the side of Animal Planet. They'll lose the first life onto the CK, as well as possibly AUI and Moomeander, but Moo going in very deep, not healing up that much health. Ritsu very low again. Purification comes out. I don't know if they'll have enough. They finally do kill off Ritsu, and now compLexity looking to turn this around. The Raze is hit. They'll kill off Kitrak, and now they'll look for more. AUI with the snowball saves his life. Ryle gets the kill onto Limp. Will also kill off Z-Freak. Ultra kill. Looking for another one as Chessie is so low. Heading back to the base. Nobody alive for compLexity. Bryle hitting from the high ground. And nobody alive except for Chessie, and they all don't have buyback.
Dyer's top tower is about to take the plunge.
So this is going to be the bottom tier 3. Nobody's coming back for 30 seconds. Chessie can't fight on his own. Bryle able to hit onto the high ground. They'll take the tier 3. They might even look for more for this set of racks. They've got this CK up in just about 30 seconds. And Animal Planet really looking good right now. Now we taking the range racks out of there. They'll take the bottom set of racks. They'll be able to retreat. Nobody alive as they retreat, but as they start to TP out, in comes Abaddon, and in comes Disruptor.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
So 10,000 net worth lead here all of a sudden for Animal Planet.
Invisibility.
Great channel, by the way. You guys should check it out. CK now going for that AC. Got that Mjolnir as well as the Scotty finished off here on to Bryle. Butterfly next. If Bryle finds himself great positioning like he did in the last fight, I don't see any feasible way that compLexity really do take these fights. They have no way to shut him down being so far away from him. His positioning was seemingly perfect. So, Ritsu just continuing to farm up. That BKB was used in the Static Storm, and that's what seemingly caused Ritsu to die. The BKB wore out, and then they had everything to follow that up except for the Static Storm to go in on Ritsu. They were able to follow up his second life as well. And that was the only real falter to the fight for Animal Planet. Other than that, they had Bryle get an ultra kill, and they were able to clean up the side of compLexity. Really opening up this much space right now is AUI. He's been the MVP in my eyes this series, especially with his Tusk performance. 4-2 and 13 right now, going for the Crimson Guard. It's just how he comes in with the snowballs, the ice shards, always placed in the perfect positions. He's got that Blink Dagger to lead Blink as well as into that Walrus Punch. So look very good from AUI on the side of Animal Planet. The Blink come forward, the telekinesis coming out. AUI might be in a little bit of trouble, but again, he's got that snowball. Shiva's Guard comes through as the Ice Blast comes out over towards bottom. They look over at AUI, who might be in a little bit of trouble with the Phantasm is there. They'll clean up Chessie, no buyback. There's the Requiem from Limp, but the Guardian Angel is out. So now they've got the BKB pop by Ritsu trying to chase on a Limp. They look at the backlines as Moo's trying to make something happen, but Bryle again hitting from the backlines on a Moo. I don't think Moo's going to be able to make anything happen. Bryle just continuing to hit away at this Abaddon. There it is with the Hurricane Pike. They'll get themselves a second. Hiding in the trees for right now is Kyle, and the rest of the team is able to hide in the trees and get away from Animal Planet as they lose absolutely nothing. So 26-12, 14,000 net worth lead here for the side of Animal Planet. Looking really good with 2 dead. Chessie dead for another 24 seconds. That is a lot of time to push this tier 3 as well as the mid set of racks. So Animal Planet going in. And ready to take this tier 3. So here they go. Moomiander leading the charge. He's in front with the Mjolnir on him. That Mjolnir shield on him. The glimpse back. Ritsu not in a lot of trouble, just lifted up. He's still able to walk away. As they continue to siege this tier 3, the Gust comes out, but repelled up his Moomiander, he's okay. They back off for now, knowing that Abaddon is back up as well as the Drow Ranger. Roshan up in 2 minutes, 15 seconds, so we'll see if they just go for shrines and hold out to farm as this game kind of goes on for the next 2 or so minutes. But if compLexity make one wrong move, it could be a team fight lost and the game over. So they have to be very careful. Move is fine. Make sure they don't get picked out. And we take a look over at the buyback status of these teams, and SF's got it. But that is it for the Radiant side. That's very important to note, especially if a team fight goes in favor of the side of Animal Planet. Kind of just sitting here pulling these creeps off, and obviously compLexity know that with Bryle just leading the charge. There's the Crimson Guard for AUI. Right now, over bottom is Limp looking for the E-Blade. That's 4,000 gold saved up. You take a look at the rest of these heroes. Chessie, not really any gold saved up, in 4,000 net worth behind his own SF, and 8,000 behind the behind the sniper. So they go after Moo, and Moo slowed up for right now, just eating these shots. There's the blinking with the telekinesis, as well as the kinetic field dropped in on Bryle, but he's got that repel. Able to walk on out, makes a door for himself thanks to Moomiander. UI with the 48% XP gain, 6-second ice shards cooldown. That's just absolutely insane with how he continues to throw them.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And take a look over at compLexity here. Just about 25 is going to be Limp. Drow Ranger very far behind. This Rubik not even close. It's just, what's the experience difference? It's 20,000 experience difference between these two teams, and you can really tell in these team fights. Go back to this Roshan. We're just waiting it out. They'll have the Aegis Cheese as well as the Refresher Shard to work with. And there it is, that quickly, that easy. And you've got yourself the Aegis this time picked up here on Bryle. Able to finish off this Butterfly. So they've got themselves the Butterfly, the Aegis here on the Sniper. Cheese is picked up by the Chaos Knight. Omni Knight here with the Refresher Shard for the double GA. And now they're ready to posture up on this mid-tier 3 as well as the rest of the base to try and clean up compLexity up 20,000 net worth. And they've got the Heart waiting as they do continue to farm up on Ritsu, but I don't think he's really going to need that with this cheese that he's picked up. Wow, 4-second cooldown on Ice Shards. That's such a nuisance. You really can't close the gap. I was just able to continue farming. Continue pushing. They'll take the tier 3 over mid. For right now, Ritsu is stuck in the kinetic field, but compLexity, they're stuck in their base. They're corralled up. The Assassinate comes out from Bryle, continuing to go with the shrapnel laid down. Ice Shards come through again, and the Gust does hit onto the Sniper. Taking it slow, knowing that one bad move could lead to a death, and they don't really want that to happen, as there's the E-Blade coming through with the telekinesis, but they've got the repel. They look over at Moomoo's going to get low enough to pop that ulti. BKB pop by Chessie, trying to turn this fight around. Ritsu going to get low as well, but he pops that BKB. The Requiem of Souls comes out from Limp. Ritsu actually getting quite low. Cheese is on cooldown for another 2 seconds. Force Staff away, armlet toggle, and now the cheese is eaten. Got the Assassinate to come through on a Limp. And this coil to keep him healthy enough to get back to that base. They look over at this set of racks. Kyle's been caught out. There's the Chaos Bolt. 1 down, 4 to go on compLexity's end. As Animal Planet continue to move on in, they finally use that glyph on the side of compLexity. Their Pressure Shard is used. Silence over both this Omni Knight as well as the Sniper, not the Silencer. They're going on Chessie. They're trying to trade. Bryle getting a little bit low, but he's also got this Aegis. They haven't taken him out just yet. And now the buyback comes out from Chessie. They look over at Moose. Pop that ulti again. Gaining a little bit of life back with the snowball from AUI to save his life again. The 3-second Chaos Bolt comes out from Z-Freak to pop that Aegis on the Sniper. They don't actually have Ritsu. Ritsu's falling in this fight. It's a double kill for Moo. They look over at Bryle. Bryle trying to do as much damage as he can. Chessie trying to run away. Will he have enough? He will. So now he's dead for 94 seconds. The Force Staff out. Moo's going to fall as well. And now they look over at just Limp. Limp's the only one alive. Bryle from the low ground. He'll get the kill, but not just yet. The E-Blade is there to keep him alive. The raise hits on Moomiander, but the Assassinate wipes him off the face of the earth, and down he goes. Triple kill for Bryle. And the buybacks come out aplenty from compLexity as well. They fall back on the Rubik and the Abaddon and only have the Disruptor as well to defend this base. But luckily enough for them, Ritsu is gone as well as Moomiander, and the push is kind of stopped. 25,000 net worth lead here for the side of Animal Planet. End up taking it up off this Ranger Axe over mid. Force the buybacks on a bunch of these heroes, and now the Daedalus is out for the Sniper, now level 25. What's that 125 attack range? Picks up that Daedalus. Back alive is Ritsu. Still going for that hard 3,900 gold saved up. They might just wait for Roshan again, but with the buybacks that have been expended, they could slowly siege this base on the side of compLexity. They should be able to take the game. The buyback is still there for the Shadow Fiend. Not going to use it. As the E-Boy going for the Hex next. Chessie here, meanwhile, did use that buyback, and he has fallen very far behind. 31,000 net worth here for the Sniper. And now the heart finally comes out for Ritsu. Buying out in full. No buyback for him, but maybe all for the best. So they turn their attention over towards top. Throw down a nice ward over top, as well as AY just leading the charge as that pipe, as well as the Crimson Guard. 570 gold. It was saved to him, and he's done so much for this team at 6-3 and 17. Being involved in just about everything, every save there has been for the side of Animal Planet. Lumbercape forced out by Moo, and they're still going after this tier 3 tower from basically the stairs. Backdoor protection is just not enough. Ritsu is over mid, threatening there as well. We'll take the tier 3. They look over the rack. Z-Freak blinking forward. The telekinesis coming through. The Shiva's Guard used by Moo Meander. Moo goes in, and now in the backlines they look to get themselves the kill on Chessie. Chessie very low. Godlike is Bryle. They've got the Static Storm, but the BKBs are popped. They're okay with the Guardian Angel to take out a bat, and now they look over at Z-Freak, who's trying to TP out, but there's the Reality Rift. There's the kill. 4 dead. GG call by compLexity. And Animal Planet take the series 2-1 over this top-tiered compLexity team. Or top-seeded compLexity team. The way I said that was kind of rude. Animal Planet 2-1. They lose the first game pretty quickly, but take the next two in pretty good fashion. Take a look again. Ritsu 8-2 and 9, 22,000 in net worth. But the story of the game was Bryle 16, 3 and 15, 34,000 net worth. And you take a look at this graph, always in the favor of Animal Planet. And they finally put it away 46 minutes in. As well as just take a look at the split between him and Ritsu. Bryle and Ritsu, and then really Bryle and SF. Bryle and the Drow just so far behind compLexity were. And now that's it. That's it for the day. Take a look at that scoreboard one more time. compLexity go down to the lower bracket. Animal Planet move on to go up against Optic. And that is it for the night. I'm your caster, BCop, at BCop92 on Twitter. Follow me there to know when I'm casting. And thank you guys for joining me all night from 5 p.m. now to 11. 6 hours of great casting. I don't know if you joined me earlier for CIS MID TV on my own channel, but that was fun as well. Again, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it, and we'll see you soon.